And if the IG is sincere, Jacob Juma slapped the deputy president some time back. That is where the investigations should start.
Hi, my name is Patience Oshera, and welcome to the Global Insights. The cold-blooded murder of the controversial businessman was a meticulously planned job involving plotters who were his one-time business partners, bank crawlers, and hired assassins highly conversant with summary executions. The killers took advantage of the lack of electronic surveillance on the road that he used to strike, affording them the luxury to interfere with the scene of crime. This could reinforce the thinking that the killers were not ordinary criminals, but trained individuals with advanced pre- and post-attack details. While Jacob Juma was seemingly aware of plans to eliminate him and proceeded to post his fears on Twitter, those who were planning to accelerate his appointment with St. Peter were busy conspiring with their paymasters to unexpectedly strike the aggressive businessman with a notoriety for speaking his mind without beating around the bush. We can now reveal that the plot to murder Jacob Juma was hatched much earlier, but the first group of hitmen declined the job. It forced those who wanted the wheeler dealer out of the picture to contract another hit squad that duly accomplished the job and left little in the way of incriminating evidence after the murder. Following Jacob Juma's death, opposition leaders accused President William Ruto of being the one to blame for all the problems the late Jacob Juma had to deal with.
Jacob Juma. And Jacob Juma is known to the police. So the police could have had at least the courtesy of coming to the home here to inform the family what has happened. They didn't know. The wife leaves here in the morning, going to work, taking the kids to school, completely unsuspecting. And then, not only that, it took them days before any police officer came to this house. We do not want to see this thing continue to happen in our country. Innocent people being killed and nothing happens. And then they say people will make noise for a few days and then the matter will be forgotten. We don't want, and we want to tell them, this matter is not going to be left to rest until finally we find out who was responsible for the murder of Jacob.
Ruto was one of the most influential leaders in the country who had frequently been implicated in corruption scandals in Kenya. Juma had continued to confront the issue, which made him an immediate target. Juma had once claimed in a Facebook update that William Ruto was attempting to have him assassinated. Juma's passing was significant since it occurred during a period of intense political unrest before the elections the following year. Jacob Juma was controversial. Those who hated him thought he was a boisterous windbag who was using social media to discredit his business and political rivals. Those who loved him regarded him as a shrewd businessman, a philanthropist who had made his wealth early. Juma was the perfect entrepreneur, and that is why they called him Lord Juma, a man always in a rush. At only 44, Juma was a multimillionaire and would wine and dine with the political elites. Before luck smiled on him, Juma was a nobody, son of a poor farmer. His fortunes turned when the young man was introduced to the family of wealthy Western Kenya tycoon Chris Okemo and to shrewd entrepreneur Cyrus Jirongo in 1992.
I have known Juma since his childhood. As Okemo spoke, I and him shared the cost of Juma's education at the Kenya Polytechnic. And since then, Juma has been very, very, very close to us.
Jacob Juma's murder was thought to have been a similarly well-planned incident involving some of the powerful people he knew. For starters, the attackers appeared to follow well-defined instructions. They followed Juma, looked to be aware of his movements and avoided locations where CCTV cameras were in operation. Although it's unknown where Jacob Juma's automobile was ambushed, the killers shot Jacob Juma along Gong Road, a road without any CCTV surveillance cameras. It isn't clear whether Juma's political stance or business dealings led to his murder, but it's obvious that he sensed his life was in danger even a year before he passed away. Additionally, he had expressed concerns about his coming death a number of times, which worried his family and supporters. During Juma's killings, neither his 2 phones, an expensive Rolex watch, nor money was stolen, pointing to an assassination or revenge attack. Observers and politicians say it was the work of a hit squad, but most likely by people who were afraid of Juma's continued revelations of high-level corruption. Whatever it was, it adds to yet another controversial murder in the plains of Karen, where political and social mischief rules. Share your thoughts on the comment section. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe.